The opposition continues to mount pressure on the Narendra Modi government over the demonetisation scheme. We are now learning that the opposition has given a call for a nationwide protest from the 28th of this November, which is next Monday. And this will be to mark Akrosh Divas is what we are learning. For more on that, let's go across to Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, is this going to be a united opposition that we will see on 28th, something that has not happened so far?
That's right. It's going to be a pan-India kind of a protest. It's being called the Akrosh Divas. Essentially, it's going to highlight the fact that how the demonetization has actually affected a common man. So what the Congress party wants and what has been decided essentially is that all opposition political parties can be a part of the Akrosh Divas. So 28 November is the date which has been fixed. And on this particular day, all opposition political parties to get together, fan out, go to their respective areas, go to their respective turfs and also hold these particular protests. So what we are going to see on 28th November is that across every state, every political party is going to be, every opposition political party will be holding their protest.
Right, Pallavi, stay with us. Maria Shakil is also joining us. Maria, so the opposition finally planning to come together to mount concerted pressure on the government, because so far what we have seen, like we have been talking with Pallavi about also, is a very fractured opposition.
Yes, the disjointed opposition, that's been the highlight, and that's what the government has been saying, that when you talk about an opposition unity, where is really the opposition unity? It's about every political party trying to have some kind of an upper hand. There's almost like one upmanship that is playing within the opposition parties in order to hijack this agenda of opposing the issue of demonetization. With me, Member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar. Mr. Shekhar, thanks so much for speaking to CNN News 18. Do you think what we are seeing, you're standing firmly in support of what the government's move on demonetization has been? When you look at the upper house not functioning, because you are a member of the upper house, do you think the government should also make an effort to reach out to the opposition parties to ensure that the house functions? Because the onus is on the treasury benches.
No, I don't know if you know the background. On the first day of Parliament, in the Business Advisory Council, the opposition parties demanded this debate, demanded a discussion under the motion that they were proposing, and the government agreed. And the first day of Parliament, the Congress initiated the discussion, initiated the debate. For some reason, the debate went for one day, and the second day the debate disappeared. So I think the question you should ask is not what the government should do or what the treasury should do. Why is the opposition running away from a debate that they initiated? Why did they allow the debate that they initiated to stall after the first day?
But Rajiv, the fact is that there are certain teething problems related to implementation of demonetization. Right. A number of opposition parties are demanding what has been seen as some kind of selective leakage on this issue. Their demands are also not misplaced.
No, but what are they demanding? I don't know what they're demanding. There is a debate. If they have any points to make, they should make it in the floor of the House. I don't understand. What is the issue? They have the opportunity to say everything that is on their mind, good, bad, ugly, against demonetization on the floor of the House. The finance minister, who is the architect of this, is sitting there and listening to this. He will respond to them, and if they are not satisfied with his response, then they can do what they want. But to disrupt the Parliament in the middle of a debate that they initiated, and then to go around saying we are the ones that are being wronged, I don't frankly understand what they are being wronged with. Who is wronging them? They initiated a debate, the government agreed, the treasury benches sat there silently and listened to them.
They also want the presence of the Prime Minister.
No, look, you can't start demanding what you want. There is a form and a procedure for Parliament. The finance minister answers for actions of the finance ministry. The railway minister answers for actions relating to railway accident. Next, they'll ask Prime Minister to come and answer the railway accident. If there is a military action in the borders, they'll ask the Prime Minister to come and answer for Defence Ministry issues.
But this is the Prime Minister who made the announcement, so it is not misplaced to say that the Prime Minister should be present in the House.
Prime Minister made the announcement outside Parliament on a series of issues. He makes announcements all the time on behalf of his government. That is what Prime Ministers do. Now, when the Prime Minister goes to Japan and makes an announcement that is relating to Indo-Japanese relationship, Do you mean that the Sushma Swaraj should not answer that question in Parliament? Prime Minister should answer. Then the Prime Minister will be doing the job of all all government ministers in Parliament. This is a most bizarre, ridiculous argument. It is like a reason to disrupt, and they found a reason where the Prime Minister is not there. Unfortunately, and I'm being very reasonable here, I don't have any brief for the government, that this is a tragedy that you are not allowing a really important issue to be discussed. Demonetization, without doubt, is a transformative, disruptive issue that is impacting everybody. Common man, rich man, poor man, middle class man. And the Parliament owes it to them to have a debate so that they can understand why they are suffering, what is the reason for their suffering.
But the government can also reach out to the opposition when they want a discussion under particular rule. Why can't the government also give in? The onus, as I'm saying, repeating it again, we have seen that in play out during the UPA. The BJP kept saying that it is the onus is on the Treasury bench to ensure the House functions. So you have to walk that extra mile.
If I start misbehaving and I said, keep telling you that I am misbehaving, but the onus is on you to make me behave properly, what logic is that? The finance minister has stood up every day in the last 3 days and said, we are ready for a debate, please debate. Now what more? You can't fall at their feet. This is not parliamentary procedure, falling at the opposition's feet and says, Mere bhaijan, please aiye. This is not right. They have to also be responsible parliamentarians. There is a debate that they have initiated, and I think it is responsible for them to participate in the debate.
But is the opposition unity worrying?
No. What is the opposition unity? Is unity against what? It is an attempt to embarrass the government. It is an attempt to run away from a pressing issue of a fight against black money. I think it basically shows the government on one side of the issue of black money, and it shows the entire opposition consolidating on the other side. That's what the optics of this is that.
For the optics of it, but you know, there'll be also another optic that will be playing out on Akrosh Divas. That is what the Congress is saying. Perhaps that day we will be seeing more of a united opposition in which opposition parties who have say in their respective states, I beg your pardon, will be holding protests as well. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, I appreciate your joining us. Here is what the former Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kamal Nath told my colleague Arunima a short while back.
We don't want him to merely make an appearance. We want him to participate in a debate on an adjournment motion.
But if he's in the House, he's there because he wants to participate in the debate. If you don't let the House...
The adjournment motion has been rejected.
So you will be accused of shifting the goalpost. You asked for the Prime Minister...
We are not shifting the goalpost at all. Our goalpost has been one and it will remain one.
So you are not...
We want to have a debate on an adjournment motion because an adjournment motion is a motion which has an element of censure in it.
But did you also not want the Prime Minister's presence?
We wanted his presence to participate and reply to the adjournment motion, not to come for question hour.
So your protest will continue in the House?
Yes, our protest is continuing, and that's a decision of all political parties.